I have made several elements in my episodes covering the function Navigate on Autopilot. This is a function that only works mostly on highways. Here in Europe, it's restricted by law, so it's only proposed lane changes that is needed. And then you have to confirm them by using the indicator to change lanes. One thing that works, though fairly automatic, is the off-ramp scenario. When you're leaving the highway and you put the destination in the navigator. I tried that several times and most of the time it works fine. A typical highway exit may look like this, where there is an extra lane to the right to reduce speed before exiting the highway. When this right lane exists, the Tesla Model 3 takes the exit quite well automatically. But in an exit where this right lane don't exist, the car has much more difficult to exit the highway. I will show you some examples. Okay, it reduces, but it doesn't take the ramp, right? Oops, no, it was hesitating a lot there where to go, so I had to take over. What was actually happening here was that the car was very unsafe where to go, continue straight on the highway or taking the exit. It was wobbling around and it went forward, and in a situation like this I was too afraid to continue, let the car drive itself, and took over and steered it into the right lane. In this next example, the car managed to take the exit, but look at the speed. In my opinion, it feels like the car is driving too fast when leaving the highway and going onto the ramp. For me at least, it felt unsafe and a little bit uncomfortable. As always with the Tesla, an over-the-air update probably will fix the problem rather sooner than later, and the car will be able to take an exit designed like we showed here in a more precise way. Also, then, one reason why the car could have a problem might be that this kind of exit where you don't have this extra right lane before the exit is not so common in the world, so the car haven't learned how to behave in this situation. I'm curious to know how exits from highways are designed in the place where you live. Is this kind of design common in your country? Write a comment below this video. Well, this is the first episode of the year 2020. I really do hope that you haven't missed out my previous episode, though, the year in review from 2019, where I'm talking about the highlights of last year. This last year when I was getting my Tesla Model 3. I was recording the material that we saw in this episode from a trip that I made to a ski resort not so far away from our home, a 2-hour drive there and 2-hour drive back. At this ski resort there was a destination charger. I could charge 16 amps on one phase. It was not so fast, but a nice service provided by the ski resort. On the way back I wanted to see how supercharging was actually working nowadays. It was a long time since I did a supercharging, and there has been many improvements to the speed through over-the-air updates lately. So I put the closest supercharger in the destination, and the function preconditioning for supercharging was kicking in. This is some kind of heating of the battery going on, so the charging speed will be optimized. So having approximately a little bit more than 20% in the battery, the supercharger now started and kicked in. And look, what a speed! I never got this high speed ever on any supercharging before. More than 130 kilowatt. That's a record for me. I know that there is other superchargers in the world, the V3 version, that is charging faster, and even third-party chargers here in Scandinavia has a higher charging speed, but this was a record for me.
Well, it happens so many things during the last month in the EV world. I'm not a news organization, so I will not cover everything, but some stories actually caught my eyes, and since most of the EV news stories is regarding Tesla, it's a natural way these were caught my eyes. It was New Year, and the quarter was ended of 2019, and Tesla delivered another record quarter of deliveries of their cars. It's so great to see that they're making this success, and it's so great to see that they have this demand for their cars, because so it's important that we switch our transport to electric for our environment. So really happy for this. Talking about celebration, Elon Musk was also in Shanghai lately and danced on the stage there, celebrating their first deliveries to Chinese customers with a Tesla Model 3 that was built in their new Shanghai factory. That's really great, and this is a really success story all the way, and it's interesting to see how the Chinese authorities is opening Elon Musk with their open arms, giving him possibility to invest in their country, especially since this trade war has been going on between China and United States for some time, and it doesn't look like the relationship between Donald Trump and the Chinese leaders are so very good. Well, we will see how this story will develop and how well Elon Musk will succeed in China. I really hope that we will be working very good for him over there also. In Europe, they started to construct the new factory outside Berlin in Germany. They cleared the land now to start build the factory, and in few years, hopefully we will see cars rolling out from the factory here in Europe also. Tesla has its referral program still, and remember that if you are planning to buy a Tesla Model 3, S or X, you can use my referral link when you're buying the car. Also, remember that you should subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and there is a notification bell that you can use, so you will get a small alert when a new episode will come out. And that's all for this episode. Until next time.